So the big news is just in, Canadian regulators clear the launch for the first ever Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin is up 66.38% in this year alone, and we are only in the middle of February. These kinds of returns are pretty hard to ignore. We're going to be covering in this video the recent headlines on Bitcoin ETF news and what this might mean for the future of cryptocurrencies. Also, make sure you stick around because we're going to actually talk about Elon Musk's $1.5 billion investment into Bitcoin and what kind of stir this is causing in the community. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more crypto and investing content. Full disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a normal investor that loves to research the investment market, and everything in this video is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. Firstly, we're looking at the first piece of news here. It's Canadian regulator clears launch of the world's first Bitcoin ETF, which is fantastic. Deeper diving into this specifically, by the way, this is from Reuters, this article here. On the 12th of February in Toronto, Canada's main securities regulator has cleared the launch of the first Bitcoin exchange traded fund. And if we are just to kind of get two things out of the way to begin with cryptocurrencies, one of the things that has in the past had people a bit suspicious of them potentially, or a bit like wary of should they invest into cryptocurrencies, because these things for a long time have not necessarily been regulated in many instances. So it just means that, you know, any kind of political impact, or if like and that means that if the government step in and decide to like make up a new rule or regulation, then it could heavily actually impact cryptocurrencies. So this is why this news is really, really big, because essentially it means that if we're able to regulate cryptocurrencies, it means that it's able to attract more and more people because they're seen as safer, and eventually this can only be a good thing for the world of cryptocurrency. Also, if you've never heard what an exchange traded fund is, I've got more about this in the video up here. It talks about an ETF, which is short for exchange traded fund. Do go ahead and check out that either now or at the end of this video if you never actually have heard what an ETF is. In this situation, the ETF will be the first in the world to invest directly in the physically settled Bitcoin, which is fantastic news. It means that actually when somebody invests in this ETF, they're actually going to have actual allocation to Bitcoin itself. And because of that, an investment manager said on Friday, providing investors greater access to the cryptocurrency that has sparkled an explosion in trading interest, which of course is not surprising, seeing as how well Bitcoin is doing. Many people are starting to realize this could be an incredible store of value moving forwards. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments below. But I've actually got a second piece of news that is even more promising for the world of Bitcoin ETFs as well. So check this one out. 12th of Feb. The Australian regulators open to Bitcoin ETF with the rules in place. So security regulators down under said that they are open to a Bitcoin ETF. They haven't definitely agreed to anything, but the actual committee said that Bitcoin ETF is possible so long as there are the appropriate rules in place. So there we go, guys. Two major developed countries, Canada and Australia. Does that mean that the rest of the world will likely follow their lead as well? We've got other markets. Of course, we're here in the UK. Does it mean the UK governments could become very much more open to cryptocurrency just becoming a normal part of our day-to-day lives? Knowing this kind of information as soon as it comes out is really helpful, by the way, guys. And the reason for that is because actually when you're able to find out this news early, it could mean that you're able to spot an opportunity in the markets to either trade from, or actually just to invest at that time when you think that actually the signs for Bitcoin could be really, really good moving forward. If you want to actually learn how to research cryptocurrency so you can make better investment decisions, you really want to go ahead and check out this video that I've made here about how you learn about cryptocurrencies and how you find out all of this news as soon as it is available. That way you're able to educate yourself and become prepared for the future as well. Also, it's a great place to say if you've learned something new already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button just so you can see more content like this in the future, and like the video because it really helps the content grow, and most importantly that's going to help many people out there that are wanting to kind of find out this information as well, but potentially they haven't because it's not on their radar. As I promised at the start of this video, I would talk about Elon Musk's $1.5 billion investment into Bitcoin via his company Tesla. We can see here that Bitcoin hits 34k, and this was earlier in the week, guys, bear in mind this. all-time high as Tesla invests 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Now the price of Bitcoin has gone up to nearly 50k in US dollars, so absolutely insane. Many people earlier even this year said that would not be possible, but here we are already in the middle of February. This caused the price of Bitcoin to literally jump by almost $3,000 in minutes. As we can see here on the graph, there was just an instant boom. And here we can see the candle just goes massive, and that just shows the price increasing, and is what we believe Elon Musk's $1.5 billion investment to have actually gone in right here. In simple English, he's just talking about the fact that money that he doesn't need to actually use for the operating of the business and would like to invest for the future, he's able to allocate a portion of that into cryptocurrencies to hopefully grow long term. We invest in an aggregate of 1.5 billion in Bitcoin under this policy and may acquire and hold digital assets from time to time or long term. Moreover, we expect to begin accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment for our products in the near future. So not only have they invested in Bitcoin, but they're actually considering being able to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment as well. Of course, many of us know Elon Musk is one of the most innovative entrepreneurs of our time, and he's somebody that really does think about the future. If the world's richest man is investing into concepts of Bitcoin, it does give us a really good indication of course, what he thinks about Bitcoin. And, it's always good to keep an eye out on what the richest people in the world are doing, so we can have a better understanding of maybe where the money is leading to. So what does that all mean for the average investor? In my personal opinion, I personally believe that the price of Bitcoin is going to really, really benefit from this. Actually, since the time the news was released, as I said, we are literally just at the point now of waiting to hit 50k for Bitcoin. Eventually, I do think the price is going to go up to 100k and far beyond, but that is something that we're going to have to wait for and see. Do I think that's possible this year? Absolutely. If we start to see the massive money printing that keeps going on, and actually governments opening up to the regulations on this as well, which is looking quite positive at the moment, and people continue to believe and see Bitcoin as a very, very strong, or if not one of the best stores of value at the moment, then it's something that with its limited quantity, more and more people are going to find desirable, and that very much could have a very positive impact for the price. Often when something is new, it can seem quite intimidating or daunting to actually learn about cryptocurrency. So if you're somebody that's completely new to this space, I totally recommend that video I was talking about earlier on how to actually learn about cryptocurrencies. You'll actually see 2 videos on the screen here, which talk more about the subject of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. So if you like this video, please do me a favor and hit the like button so more people can see content like this. As you know, you probably can see these changes happening, but many people out there are still very unaware of the changing landscape of our financial situation. Anyway, guys, if you really love this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. So we're going to keep you updated with amazing crypto and investing videos. I will see you in the next one.